This is Amplify Daily number 58. Today I'm talking to y'all about strategy versus planning versus implementation. All right, so this is going to be a quick one, but it's really, really important. And I come up against it all the time. A lot of people don't really understand the difference between strategy planning and implementation, and they use the word strategy just kind of loosely, like strategies. They just kind of throw it around, but they don't really understand the specificity of it and how it goes to planning. And different people may view what I'm going to share. I'm going to adjust my camera here. Different people may view what I have to share from different perspectives and may agree or disagree. I'm going to give you my definition of the difference between the three. So when I think strategy, right? A singular strategy is one particular course of actions. Excuse me, one particular course of actions that a person or team is taking to create a particular type of result. And so, to give an example, a social media strategy might be taking an interview that you do for a podcast and chopping that interview up across 30, 40 days, like I'm doing with the interview I did with John Guyton. If you look on my at Thomas KR Stovall channel, it is one interview that we had in his studio in the Woodlands, Texas. And we're basically just chopping that video up into short form content, 60 seconds at a time. And it's 40, 50 different posts. And there's one per day that goes out with a compelling caption. And that literally is it. That is one singular social media strategy. Now, there are other types of posts, there's other types of content that might be part of other strategies that we have on social media. But for that one strategy, there are multiple actions that need to be coordinated by his team on a daily basis to get copy written, to get captions done, to get that post uploaded, to do it inside of Instagram's native software so that we can use trending sounds. There's actions to take that are defined inside of that strategy, but they're coordinated. They're specific for that particular strategy. And when you get down into the planning stage, the planning is where you define the measurement or the objective aspects of that particular strategy. So in the strategy, we're going to outline what gets posted. We're going to outline, in general, when it gets posted, frequency, stuff like that. The plan says, okay, now I know that we're going to post every day, but what time are we actually going to post every single day? The plan says, I know that a member of John's team is going to post every day. What's that person's name? What's that person's name? And what's the accountability structure to make sure that that post actually goes out every day? What's the QA process, excuse me, to make sure that the captioning has no grammar issues, has no spelling issues? That's the plan, is the details that actually have the thing come together. And implementation is the process for the people who actually do that work. That's part of the plan to do it. And the follow-up structure to make sure that it's done, the management structure to have that follow-up be in place. This is the difference between strategy, which is the ideas, the team members, the people, what we're going to do. The planning is the details of when we're going to do it, how we're going to do it, who's assigned to it. And the implementation is the actual work being done day to day, and the people who are checking up behind that work to make sure that it's done properly. When you don't have a clear strategy in place, what happens is you end up without a plan, and you also end up down in implementation first. And you're taking random actions that are unqualified, and you're taking the result of those actions, doing assessment on the results of those actions, and then taking the results and making new plans, new implementation based on that, when perhaps those actions that you're taking aren't even the most qualified actions that you would be taking if you really took several steps up and related back to what is our core strategy, and do we have multiple, or is there just one? If we have multiple, what are our strategies inside of our clear focus on getting to a singular goal that we have for the year or the month or the, whatever, inside of this particular area of the business, area of our life? Strategies are given by goals. A clear goal that's measurable inside of a defined time frame. And once you do some assessments, identify what's your time, what are your resources, your relationships, your money, your identity, all of that. When you assess your resources against the goal, that is how you identify which strategy or strategies make the most sense for you to leverage your existing resources to reach that goal inside of that defined time frame. And then once you define the strategies that make sense, now we get into the planning. Now we get into the implementation. But if you do it backwards, you're just kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. Amplify Daily.